Hello there, and welcome to Hammerman for today, November the 13th. Alright, so maybe it's not a Friday, but I've been watching a lot of Jason Voorhees, so I blame it on that. It's not my fault. You know, around Halloween, really, we kind of have a tradition where we'll watch a couple scary movies, you know, like watch a scary movie a night or something. And like on all the TV channels, they always have all of the like series, I guess, or sets of scary movies. I don't know. They play a lot of scary movies. So around Halloween, I started watching Friday the 13th. And then I've, like, slowly just been watching it here and there. And when I say slowly, I mean, like, I find myself with, like, a half an hour of time. And I, like, throw it on, I watch a half hour's worth, and it takes me a week to get through one movie. But it's still enjoyable, and so... just... so 80s. I don't know how else to put it. The hair. The hair gets me every time. And the badass fashion. That 1980s fashion, it's something amazing. I love it. So I've been slowly working my way through, partially also because, well, you know, you can't watch it too late at night, otherwise you have nightmares and it gets scary. No, not really. Timeout. Stage 3, I definitely threw out the anti-Grens / like anti-tank base, and it worked really freaking well. I was almost amazed at how well it worked up until Wave 2 of the landing craft came out, and then there were a bunch of medics and grenadiers in behind all these heavies, and it got scary, man. It hurt. Now, what I would suggest if you're slightly lower level, honestly, this could still work out, because by the time you get through the Grens and the tanks in level 1, or stage 1, or wave 1, or whatever you want to call it, hopefully it'll get those heavies back to your flamethrowers and machine guns, and those flamethrowers and machine guns are what's going to actually do the serious, like, brunt of damage to them, hopefully. So maybe you don't have to change things up, but if you do, throw some machine guns, like the highest level machine guns and flamethrowers you have in there. Just be on the, I guess, higher end of the beach, because that should go through and melt those heavies. Very important. Anyways, so yeah, I've been watching a lot of Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees. Don't mind me, it's kind of skewed me. I went out and bought a machete the other day because I was like, hey, apparently everybody needs a machete on them at all times. Not necessarily so they can kill people with it, but so that they can be killed and Jason can rearm himself. Though, admittedly, in the last movie I watched, he did switch it up quite a bit. He tried a bunch of different gardening utilities. So, I don't know, I just kind of picture him, like, off camera, like, sprinting down to the shed and being like, oh, the weed whacker, perfect! This is gonna be super! Oh my gosh! But, yeah, he kind of, he switched it up, so good on him. Go Jason. Now, also, time out again. It was funny because while I was recording this, I was looking at the stage and I was like, oh my goodness, this is actually the reason that, like, my base formed up the way that it did. Many moons ago, back in the day with Hammerman, I ran into, you know, the all-heavy rush, which kind of messed me up with my original layouts and whatnot, because, well, it's an all-heavy rush. Like, there's not a lot of damage there, but, like, with the lower-level defenses, and, like, when I say lower level, I mean, like, this is when I was, like, still in my 40s, and I was going all offensive, so, like, you know, the D was not the greatest. But I watched the heavies roll out, and I was like, oh my god, this is why I've got this base. This is why I've got the wall of, like, residences and stuff chilling out in front of my defenses. It's because of a huge heavy rush like that. And then they dropped the warrior slash rifleman, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is, like, the other reason that I had all those residences and everything up in that wall all the way in front, why I kind of designed that in the first place. It's kind of hilarious to see, like, those two different attacks happen on the same stage, and I was just like, and then to see how well, like, I'm pretty sure I didn't even lose a defensive building, which is the whole point of having the sacrificial wall up in front, is, like, you know, I can take out a ton of stuff and not lose my defenses, which is key. So it was just fun to see that. It kind of, like, sent me down memory lane, or memory row, memory alley. Let's be honest, with the way my head works, it's a memory path in the dirt. So yeah, it was really great to see that, and I was like, oh yeah, this is so cool, this is fun. And then the stage 6 hit with the Granks, and I was like blown away, because I was like, you know what, this base layout really, like, it's only good for Hammerman, obvi, but it really is pretty versatile, because it shredded the like little small rush thing, you know, and then with the Granks, like, it did pretty freaking well. Like, don't get me wrong, those Grens, they hollowed out that one side, but the bottom side there is still going pretty strong, ready for more tanks. Like, it was doing some work. So all the power to it. I'm very happy with that. And then our final installment, obviously I had to make a few little tweaks to kind of change things up and you know, make it doable. But once again, we are rocking a no prototype defense on stage 7. I added up an extra layer of the wall to the front of the one side there, basically because I was using that to buy all of my, like, flamethrowers and machine guns. There's a lot of critters thrown this level. I don't know if that's just, like, my luck or what. I guess everybody gets the same thing, so it's all of our lucks. But I wanted to buy those machine guns and flamethrowers time to burn off all those critters, because those critters really did do a number to me on my first attempt. This is actually my second attempt, which is why everything's kind of shuffled around and whatnot. But just adding that extra little layer buys me the little bit of time that I need, and obviously, as you can see, I am doing pretty darn well in my second attempt at this particular level. And I'll give you a hint. Spoiler alert, Jason kills everyone and then dies in the end, leaving 2 people, and I win the Hammermans. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And above all else, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.